What's going on, guys? My name's Garrett, and today I want to talk to you about hierarchy. And basically, what hierarchy is in design is, you know, using color and using um, size and weight of things to draw the viewer's eye to the most important things first, and then moving down to down the scale of the hierarchy to the other things. So as you can see right now, everything's the same font, everything's the same size, everything's pretty much the same color. I'm not saying with color to use like the whole rainbow, but I'm saying just switch it up a little bit, because I mean, if you put, for example, this is what I'm talking about. If you put a circle down here, and that circle's gray right now. You know what? Let's make it even smaller. This is what I'm talking about. If you put the circle down there and it's that small compared to everything else, right? And all you have are these grays right here, and then you give it like a really rich red. I guarantee you, when you first look at this, the first thing your eye's going to is this circle right here. It doesn't matter about it's the size is so small, but that color just pops. And you could use techniques like these, if you understand color and you understand hierarchy and how it works with design, you can use these principles based on human psychology to draw people to things that you want them, that's the most important thing on the site, and you want them to see first. Because the first thing my eye goes to is not logo, it's not the navigation, it's this small dot which has no significance in this thing and whatsoever, which is bad. So I'm gonna get rid of that. But basically, with logo, basically with the web, is everything's the same size and it's just text heavy and it makes me want to leave, right? So how you can improve your design and just to make, it's a basic like blog, most recent posts, um, your blog post here, basic navigation, simple, blah blah blah. But what you want to do is you want to scale things and change the size of things and do slightly different colors of things based on what is most important. And also, you have to take into account legibility, and if someone's going to be reading something for a long time like a blog post, you want to make that color easy on the eyes. You don't want to make it like if we change this color right now, let's see if, yeah, computer's a little slow for some reason. There we go. If we change this color right now to yellow, this is gonna hurt. My computer's so slow. There we go. All right, look at that. On the white background, the bright yellow, my eyes already hurt. I don't even want to read the first sentence. All right. So we're gonna change that back. But there's few problems with this right now. I mean, that color was terrible, so we know that color's terrible. And I think everyone knows pretty much that yellow on white is terrible. Unless it's like some sort of off yellow and you're trying to go with this certain color scheme, and then you can make it work. But no yellow on white is absolutely ridiculous. So first of all, logo here, I think that's a decent size. We're at 27 point font. The logo is the first thing you really want people to see. They come to the site, bam, the logo's there, it's big, it's drawing your eye, and then you move across because we read left to right, you're moving across and you're seeing these links. Now, I think these links are way too big. And, way too big. So I'm actually going to, if this would work, align these better. Whoop, that didn't work. We want to align to object, right? Whatever, I'll manually do it. All right. There it is. So that's aligned better. So that already looks better. And I'm going to do a video later on about how important margin and padding and space between your elements is in design. But that's for a later video. And I'm going to scale these down to, let's see. Let's do let's do 16. 16 point. There it is. Ah, and right there, right away, it already looks better. It's already like, bam, logo. I see that. Come over here. Oh, where do I want to go? Ah, nice and easy to read. It's smaller, you know. The font's nice. It's clean. It's not too like imposing on me. It's not like get away from me. You know, that kind of thing. The next thing you want people to see is probably your blog posts. You're very, very, very avid blogger. You love talking about yourself. You love talking about other things. You know, about whatever you love. Food, art, movies, whatever it is. You want this post to be big. You want this to be, wow, this is the best blog post ever. You want this people to see it and they know exactly what you're going to be talking about, and that gains interest right away. So you want that to be big. So we're going to keep that there. But this, we need to change some things up with this. This just is, it's big. The font is the same as the other fonts. The colors the same. Let's switch this up. This is going to be the bulk of the reading for the viewer. If they want to read this, this is going to be the bulk of the reading. So what we want to do is we want to get this smaller. We're going to bring this down. Maybe 16 is nice. Yeah, let's make it the same size as the navigation. That's nice. All right. Let's see. You know what? We're going to go. I feel like if when Rockwell is smaller like this, the serifs kind of get in the way, or not the serifs, but it the way the typography is in this, it's just it's a little too cumbersome when it's smaller. I feel like it's better when it's blown up. Rockwell, bam, it's Egyptian font, boom. It's bold, it's awesome. I don't think reading in small paragraphs it's the best. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch. Let's just switch to everyone's favorite, Helvetica, and we're gonna go light, and we're also gonna increase the leading here. And if you don't know what leading is, it's the space. It's basically line height. It's the space between each line of text. So I usually like to go. I like a lot of leading because it makes it easier to read. But you look at that and oh my gosh, is that easy to read. That is so much easier to read. Look at that. Lorem ipsum, dolor sit amet, consectetur. Alright, maybe we gotta work on the lorem ipsum. That's a little hard to read. Maybe we gotta switch to English. But that's so much easier to read. Oh my gosh, I want to read this whole thing. Wow, that's amazing. Now we're going to move over here. We're going to move over here and we're going to go to most recent posts, which is, your typical sidebar for your blog. And this can be applied to anything. It can be applied to print. It can be applied to, other websites other than blogs. This is general like design hierarchy stuff. This can be used in anything you do. It's all about importance. It's all about what you want the viewer to see first. So anyways, sidebar is always, it's to the side. It's not as important. It's there if you want it. It's there for convenience. If you want to see other posts, here, they're right there, making money. If you like pie, I like pie too. Let's make some pies, So, most recent posts, 27-point font. I think that's too big. You have your big logo here and then you have this big post here. This is still a header, I would say, but maybe not an H1 in coding terms, maybe, or HTML. It's maybe not an H1. It's probably, a bit smaller than that. So let's bring it down. Let's say 21. Let's do 21. 21. Bam. There. Alright, let's align these. Perfect. Now, these are huge. You read making pie and money, before you read most recent posts, and maybe even before you read this is the best blog post ever, which is bad because this is the best blog post ever and it's better than making money and I like pie, you know? So what you got to do is let's scale these down. Let's scale these down, you know? Let's make them smaller. I would say smaller, or maybe just a tiny bit smaller than your actual text here. And we're also going to go Helvetica as well. Just to change it up, give things, and these are all caps, so that's not good. Let's rewrite these. Oops. I like pie. And I totally forgot the last one, so I'm just going to say second blog post ever. Or I think it was first blog post, yeah. Doesn't really matter. Alrighty. And we're also going to increase the leading on this. And usually for these blog posts, you want these to be like very, since they're smaller, when things are small and they're compacted together closely, they kind of merge together. Like you can't, it's harder to read them when things are small. If you have them separated out, it's a lot easier to read. So as you can tell, like if we go to 191, or let's just do 190 here. So 190, but if you take this down and you go down to like 100, 108, 109, like it just looks bunched together. And it not necessarily like harder. It's a little harder to read. You can still make it out, but not necessarily like really hard to read. But it definitely looks like it's supposed to be like one sentence, like making money. I like pie, first blog ever. What the? That doesn't make any sense. But when you space it out, let's see, go back up to 190, and it's just just how people need their space. Text elements need their space. Making money doesn't want to be next to I like pies so close, He's like, get away from me. You know what I mean? And you know what? What can even make this a little better is if we change these. When I do gray text, I like to use 777. I just feel like against the white background, it really looks nice. It's not too faint, but it's not too bold, and it's really easy on the eyes. If I can highlight this, there we go. So where is it? 777. And that just gives it a little bit of, just a little lighter on the eyes, a little bit easier, and it's just, wow. I come here and I'm just like, logo, home, about, contact, I see, what do I want to do? Blog post right here. Oh, it's the best blog post ever. I'm going to read it. It's easy to read. I finished the whole thing. Then maybe you have a comment section down here, and then you're just like, dude, you're awesome. This is the best blog post ever. I'm going to go and read your other blog posts, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to contact you. I want you to do this thing for me. I want to pay you to make my website, blah, 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 whatever you're doing. I want you to make my movie. I want you to, whatever it is. It'll just keep people on your site longer. When you incorporate images, it also frees up text. Obviously, right now, this is completely just text. But when you incorporate images in here as well, it'll also, make the design feel less intrusive and just kind of like, blam, there, read this now. It kind of eases people into it. And people don't like when things are just like bam in your face, They want to be eased in. They want, nice, smooth transition from a Google, they want to be a nice, smooth transition from a Google search to your web page. And it's just bam, nice and easy, simple. I like it. Perfect. Wonderful. That's all for now, guys. I hope this helped you guys. I hope this helped you guys out. I can't talk today either. I can't type, can't talk. Wow. Terrible. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. If you're having trouble with, figuring out what's most important on the site, why it's most important. Just think about it. When you go to a site, or when you're making a site, you know, if you're making a site for somebody, just ask them, hey, what's most important? And if you had to give a hierarchy, make them give you a list. Tell me, what's the hierarchy of your site? Tell me what's most important. And from there, you can kind of figure out where you place stuff, how big you make certain things, how small you make certain things, and then color is a whole nother standpoint. You can really draw people to certain buttons, downloads, if you change the color of things and make some colors that really pop. It really helps. Just like how I showed you with that orange dot down at the bottom. You could have, you know, a rectangle down here that says like go here or go to this website, and you make that box red, and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta click it. You know? So it's that kind of stuff. But it all comes together and it makes your eye flow. You're using this kind of grid system. It's great. All right. Anyways, that's all for today. Definitely leave a comment below if you have any questions. Feel free to send me an email. Talk to you later. See you next time. Bye bye.